Today, like, well, every day, we have new evidence of lies in the case of Republican Congressman George Santos. Now, Santos has vehemently denied reports, as well as videos and photos that two sources told NBC News show him participating in drag shows. Santos blasts these claims as, quote, outrageous and categorically false. But now there's an old Wikipedia page that Politico found. Now, anyone can edit a public Wikipedia page, but this stuff was all written in 2011, and the entries are from, quote, a user named Anthony DeVolder, a name Santos has used in the past. He wrote that he, quote, started his stage life at age 17 as a gay nightclub drag queen, bragged about winning several gay beauty pageants. In addition to the many spelling errors, the page is full of some pretty wild exaggerations about his success, claiming, for instance, he had a role on a popular Disney Channel program, Hannah Montana. Now, to be clear, if this is a lie, that is to say his denial of being in drag shows, it's completely immaterial. It does not matter at all whether George Santos or Anthony DeVolder, or whatever he wants to call himself, ever did drag or not. In fact, I would say maybe the only thing we've learned about Santos that makes him seem cool. The situation, however, does shed some really interesting light on the trajectory of the modern Republican Party, a really troubling trajectory. Because you see, starting back in 2016, even before then, the story the party has been trying to sell voters in recent years is that they're moderating on LGBTQ rights. The Republican Party, they said, it's not the anti-gay party anymore. And that rebranding was basically a political necessity in the wake of the Supreme Court's 2015 decision legalizing same-sex marriage, and more importantly, the huge swing in public opinion on that issue, a 71-28 issue, right? Just over the last 20 years, support for same-sex marriage exploded from 40% to over 70%. And you can see exactly when that changeover really happened, right around 10 years ago. Now, the Republican Party tried for a time to try to make their peace with this in their own way. For instance, in 2016, they invited the openly gay billionaire right-wing co-founder of PayPal, Peter Thiel, to speak at their convention. He was the first gay speaker to ever discuss his sexuality at the RNC.
Of course, every American has a unique identity. I am proud to be gay. I am proud to be a Republican. But most of all, I am proud to be an American.
But of course, that acceptance and inclusivity, if you could call it that, hasn't lasted. Now the party has regressed, really regressed, and dug so far back into their hateful views that one of their most prominent influencers in the American right regularly says that same-sex couples shouldn't be able to adopt. And the right has also chosen a weird new target for their ire this time. Of all things they have settled on, of all the challenges we face, they have settled on drag shows as the focus of their latest crusade.
From coast to coast, public libraries are hosting events advertised for children.
I believe it's called Drag Queen Story Hours. It's a PBS situation. It's spreading all across the country.
These drag queens are telling us that they are grooming our children to be drag queens and into the homosexual lifestyle.
The Los Angeles Zoo hosted a drag show last night for all ages.
They're bringing drag stars and Cyndi Lauper to the White House.
Inviting drag queens to the people's house as a representation of what their values are.
It's all backwards, right? They're focused on drag and all this crazy social ideology.
Drag brunch. Usually I'm dragged out of brunch after too many mimosas.
Boy, that's a funny guy. It's not just right-wing media. Republicans and at least 7 state legislators have proposed bills that would legally restrict drag performances, which seem constitutionally problematic, to say the least. Which brings us back to George Santos. The freshman congressman from New York was, at some level, supposed to be the face of a new, more tolerant, multi-ethnic Republican Party. He's young, Brazilian-American, an out gay man. Of course, the problem is it turns out he is just incomprehensibly compulsive liar. And while his apparent lie about performing in drag is literally the least consequential of his many lies, it makes sense, he feels he has to fight that one. It is one of the only lies he's actually commented on and gone to bat trying to knock down, because drag has become this strange, disgusting, bigoted obsession on the right. Which is really sad, honestly, and also quite revealing about the Republican Party.